Thanks for staying with us. I'm Jennifer Fierro, your broad podcaster. Still with this guy, Art Dlugach here, segment number 2. Thanks for coming back. Art, I do want to talk about powerlifting just because I know Burnett County has one girl going on the high school, Abby Smith at Burnett. I was wondering about Llano.
Llano has 3 girls going to the state meet. Emily Leach, Gwen Burnett, and I'm sorry.
No, keep going. Remy
Easley.
Remy Easley.
Okay.
The daughter of the
Remy's the daughter of Lisa and Clint Easley, and Clint is the former defensive coordinator for Llano, and he has also been a track coach and works with Remy in track with the throwing the shot and discus. So proud of those 3 girls, Leach, Burnett, and Easley.
Okay. Again, Burnett County just has the one, Abby Smith. She is going in for the 114-pound division. I know that because I wrote that story on TexasChalkTalk.com. Go check that out. Texas all spelled out. One of the things that surprised me, and I'll talk a little bit more about this because when I was in high school 30 plus years ago, it was considered poor form for girls to lift weights. I remember getting in trouble with my grandparents for that. You know, I was already a tomboy as it was. They considered lifting weights to be something that boys do, not what little girls do. And of course, in this day and age now, everybody lifts because the biggest reason is because it helps prevent injury. Whether you're a boy or a girl, doesn't matter. Seems like everybody has adopted some sort of a weightlifting program. One of the things that both coaches at Marble Falls and Burnett told me is that one of the fastest growing sports in popularity in the state is powerlifting among girls. Does that surprise you in any way?
Nothing surprises me anymore. I'll tell you, I grew up when I thought the term tomboy had been invented and was long gone by the time this young lady was in high school. Apparently not, but we certainly used that a lot when I was in high school, when no girls participated in sports at all. That was in Tennessee. So in other states it may be different. But I'll tell you, when I got to the Highland Lakes in 1998 and started seeing these girls perform in all sports, I was so impressed and am so glad that they've had the opportunity. And I have been to many powerlifting meets, especially when I was covering Llano for the Llano News on a daily basis. And the girls were at it just as much as the boys, did an excellent job, and those gyms were just packed with parents and friends, and it was an exciting time. So powerlifting is here, and it has made its mark, and will continue to be here for no matter the gender.
No, and I agree with you. I'm just thrilled now because powerlifting or weightlifting, everybody seems to do it. There's not even track runners. I had a chance to interview Logan Barnes earlier today, and I asked him, you know, because he is going to Texas Lutheran University to play football and to be a shot and discus thrower. And I asked him, because he's known for on kickoffs for Marble Falls, kicking them out of the end zone, and he has punted a 68, 69-yard punt in Brenham during a game that flipped field position, and I believe helped the Mustangs win that game. So I asked him, how did you get so strong? And he talked about being in a weight room for 90 to 120 minutes every day just to work on his body and get better. And that's just as a punter and a kicker. So I can only imagine what everybody else is doing, especially over there.
Let me mention something that pertains to what you were saying, that when I was doing a report on powerlifting among the football players, I talked to head coach Matt Green about that, and he mentioned how important it was. And Coach Green said that he believes that Art Briles at Stephenville was one of the first to implement a weightlifting, powerlifting program as much as he did, and then all the other schools have followed, and all the sports have followed. There's a little bit of debate where maybe it doesn't help a couple of the other sports, but it seems like that all the coaches have followed suit with that, and as you say, making the kids stronger.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know y'all don't have soccer in Llano, but I do want to say Burnett County does have one team that's going to the playoffs, and that's the Burnett Lady Dogs. They are playing their bi-district championship against China Spring on March 25th at 5 o'clock at Belton High School. Of course, if you want to see the Lady Dogs before that, they are actually hosting one of your favorite schools. Remember when we made this long drive to San Angelo Lakeview to cover a Thursday night Yellow Jacket Lakeview football game, I believe. But Lakeview is coming to Bulldog Field to play the Lady Dogs in a warm-up game, and that's Monday at 4 o'clock. So we wish the Lady Dogs a lot of well wishes there in the hopes that they can continue. You know, did you know that the Lady Dogs have won a bi-district championship in volleyball and in basketball? They've been to the regional tournament in both sports. I wonder if the soccer teams feels any pressure to continue that trend.
I don't believe in that at all. I believe that they've got their first opponent on their minds, and also I think every athlete wants to do well no matter what has come before or after him or her, and I'm sure that the Burnett kids feel that way too, and wish them the best of luck. And would like to add quickly that I certainly grew up without soccer being even mentioned in my household or among my friends, because we were all football, basketball, and baseball fans. And today, soccer is really coming along in the schools, high school and college, and there are 30 professional teams in major U.S. cities in the MLS, including the Austin Football Club in a beautiful stadium there, and they're really excited in the city for having its first major league team. Sort of surprised me. I think of the Texas Longhorns as plenty major league, but officially.
Sure.
So soccer is doing fine by itself, and I sure would like to see Llano follow suit and have a team someday, boys and girls.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. I remember when I was in high school, again, 30 plus years ago, Marble Falls had started a high school club team in soccer, and that was my senior year. So to see how far it's gone now, and it'll be interesting to see if Marble Falls is able to bounce back. I did see their last boys soccer match on the 12th of March, and that was on Saturday afternoon. That was a game that was supposed to be played the night before, but Mother Nature intervened yet again, and so officials decided to move that game to Saturday. Coach Hoover had to say goodbye to some of his seniors. They had a balloon release, so I know for the purists, for those who love the sport, there's nothing like it for them, and there's a big following for it. I agree. Y'all had any coaching changes?
None that I know of. Certainly the head coaches for the sports have not changed, and I don't know of any assistants whom Llano has lost or any who they've gained. They probably have added one or two, but none head coaching as far as I know. I will mention an interesting side bar to that Blanco High has filled its football coaching position with the head coach from Vanderbilt Industrial. So I don't know his name, but I know that Industrial has been plenty good. So for Blanco, a fine football program to get him, that's going to help for sure.
Yeah. The biggest reason I bring that up is because Marble Falls lost both of its coordinators. I don't know if you'd heard that or not. I, of course, have that story at TexasChalkTalk.com, actually 3. And I love what Coach Herman did here because it speaks to consistency and continuity. And there's my timer there. So I guess this is a good time then to end this segment. Segment number 2, we're going to end this here. We're going to pick up right where we left off for segment number 3, and we're going to get to those coaching changes at Marble Falls. Stay with us.